Question number 1. You're driving a 40-foot vehicle at 55 miles per hour.
55 miles per hour. Okay.
Road is dry, visibility is good. What is the least amount of space that you need to have in front of your vehicle?
In front of your vehicle.
You remember, guys, for 1 second per each 10 feet of your vehicle length, with at the speed before 40 miles per hour. So it should be 4 seconds, but the speed is more than 40 miles per hour, right? So you have to add just 1 second. So if 40-foot vehicle for speed is more than 40 miles per hour, any speed, okay? It might be 50, 60, so the right answer is 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Very good. Question number 2. What should you do if a car coming toward you at night keeps its high beams on?
Very, very, very bad situation.
Again, the universal rule is your safety and anybody's safety. Okay, so you have to look to the right
Look
lane.
to the right, huh?
Right lane or edge markings of the road. Okay, don't please flash your high beams. Don't slow down, look straight ahead. You need to look to the right lane or right edge markings of the road. Okay?
Safe way.
Very good. Number 3. If you must stop into the oncoming lane as you make a turn, you should. What should you do if you must stop on the oncoming lane as you make a turn?
So probably we're talking about left turn.
It's we are talking about the restricted, limited vision as you. No. Oncoming lane as you make a turn. Yes.
Left turn.
Left turn. So what you need to do? You need to watch for an oncoming traffic. Again, you are asked about the situation when you must stop on the oncoming lane. When you must stop on oncoming lane while making a turn? Only when you do a left turn. So definitely, obviously, naturally, you need to watch and wait for oncoming traffic.
Don't cause collision.
Alright, and another hint: oncoming lane, oncoming traffic, oncoming here, oncoming in the question, oncoming, the same words. Number 4. Which of this is true about driving in a tunnel?
In a tunnel.
Okay, immediately you need to remember tunnel is associated with the strong winds.
Strong winds.
When you exit the tunnel, you need to be very cautious. There may be a strong winds when exiting, especially if you drive a commercial
trying to
vehicle.
blow away.
Wind, tunnel, wind.
Tunnel winds.
Question number 5. You should use your horn when? Horn. When you need to use your horn? When actually you need your horn? It's again for your safety. If it helps to avoid a crash. In other situations, the use of your horn is, not recommended. Discourage it. But if you need to use it, you need to use it to avoid a crash in emergency situations. So, okay, that's
to avoid the crash.
Question number 6. The tread depth on a front steering wheel's tires. On a front tires.
Front tires.
So again, that's a, simply memorizing question. You need to remember front tires. You need to know the fact that front tires tread depth should not be less than 4.
4 to the second.
Not 6, not 2. 4. Front tires, 4. Question number 7. Your vehicle will be put out of service if, how much, how many, what quantity, what amount of your leaves in any leaf spring are missing. And again, this type of question you simply need to commit to memory. Remember, That's
yes,
one.
you have to remember 1/4, I think.
1/4 or 1/3. You see? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's see who is right.
Let's see. 1/3.
I think 1/4.
Okay. 1/4.
Okay.
Good. Very
Correct.
good. Correct. Again, this type of questions you cannot you make you can make a guess, but it's better to just memorize. So when you are asked about leaves about leaf spring, so your vehicle will be put out of service if 1/4, 1/4, or more leaves are missing.
Little long time ago.
All right. Question number 8. The same type of question, but now you're asked about the brake drums. Brake drums, a disc must not have cracks longer than how much of the width of the friction area? And the question is, again, 1/2.
1/2.
You need to simply remember this simple fact. Well, 1/2, let's see, yes, 1/2. So brake drums should not have cracks longer than 1/2 of the width of the friction area. Again, guys, you might say that it's not safe even with less than 1/2 of the friction area, and you are right. But for to correctly answer the question, please remember that's the minimal safety requirement. Okay, 1/2. Question number 9. A hazard. Okay, so you're asked what the hazard is. Very short, question. And very short question. The longest option is the right one. A hazard is any road condition.
Any road condition.
Any road condition that is
Possible danger.
Danger. Okay. Question number 10. You are driving a heavy vehicle. You must exit a highway using an off-ramp that curves downhill. What you should do if you must exit a highway using an off-ramp that curves, not simply curves, but curves downhill, what should you do? And I think there was a, very similar question. And, you probably know the answer already. You should slow down to 5 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. Not 15, 15 is too much. And the simply posted speed limit to maintain the speed, according to the posted speed limit, it's not safe for you. Because
for regular cars.
Yeah, it's for regular cars, but not for you, for commercial vehicle. So slow down to 5 miles per hour below the posted speed limit, which is posted, speed limit on this off-ramp. Okay? Question number 11. Which of these rigs have more chances to off-track while making turn?
Off track.
Well, what does it mean off track? Because you tow the trailer behind you. When you make a turn, your tractor and your trailer, they make a turn. They go along the different curves,
different paths, different
lines around the corner usually. And that's why the general rule is the longer the vehicle you have, the more trailers, 2-3 trailers you have, this vehicle would have more chance to this rig actually will have more chance to go off track, to off track. Because the longer if you have 1 or 2 trailers, if for example 1 compared to 2 trailers, you need to pull the tractor much more forward around when you make turn around the corner. So that's again the general rule. The longer the vehicle, the longer the rig, the more chances to off track. Okay, That's simple, very simple rule. So we should to calculate 45 or 2 27-feet trailers or 153 straight truck. Straight truck, well, it's out of question. It's straight truck. So when we're talking about off-tracking, that's always about the combination vehicle, the trailer, the tractor with the trailer. So which one has more chance? 45 looks like 227, but that's a little trick here, because you need to read triple, okay, and that's why when you when your combination vehicle consists of triple, means 2 trailers. This particular vehicle, even though it is shorter, 45 trailer, then 27 times 2 gives us 54, but that's a triple. Okay, so let's see if we are right. Yeah, triple.
Give you 135.
Well, actually, you might be given the same question, but without this little word triple. In that particular, well, case, the right answer would be well, the longest vehicle. Okay, but in this case, triple with 45, that's the correct answer. So this vehicle has more chances to off track while making turn. Very good. Question number 12. How much space in front of you is needed while driving on a highway? It doesn't matter, guys. Highway, not highway. How much space in front of you need to have? It's 1 second. 1 second for each 10 feet of your vehicle length. Again, if your vehicle is 40 feet long, you need to have 4 seconds. If it's well, 100 feet long, you need to have 10 seconds. 1 second per 10 feet of vehicle length at a highway speed. Very good. Question number 13. Medicine used to treat the common cold. What is right about them? What is true about them? Medicine used to treat the common cold often makes you sleepy and should not be used while driving. So it's very important fact you need to, well, be aware of. So if even you can buy this over-the-counter medication in a regular drugstore and you don't need a prescription for it, but still those medicine which are used to treat the common cold, they often can make you sleepy and should not be used while driving. Okay, again, even though they are freely, well, sold through the regular drugstore and do not require prescription, but still you have to, well,
be careful.
Be careful and not to use them while driving. Okay, very good. Makes you sleepy. Question number 14. Which of these you should not do in emergency situation? Which of these you should not do? It's a kind of difficult question. First of all, it is inverted. Not do. So you need to make a choice of wrong action, which is not recommended to do, which is dangerous to do, which is should not be done in the emergency situation. And also the choice is not easy. The right answer is here. You should avoid using the brakes until your speed is down to 40 miles per hour. So, well, the best for you guys is just memorize it. And you know why? This answer is correct, because the right answer in the emergency situation, you need to avoid braking until your speed has dropped to about 20 miles per hour.
20 miles per hour. That's right,
there was a question before.
The previous question.
And that's why when you are said that you should avoid using the brakes until your speed is down to 40, that's the wrong action, because you need to wait until your speed has dropped to about 40 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour, and only then use, well, the brakes. Again, in emergency situation, sometimes you have to, use your brakes before that limit. But in order to answer this question correctly, you just need to memorize. This question is something, this option is something which you should not do in the emergency situation, and that's why it is a correct answer, because that's exactly what you are asking. What you should not do. You should avoid using the brakes until your speed is down to 40. Alright? Question number 15. The primary cause of fatal crashes is driving too fast. Okay?
Too fast, driving too fast.
Direct
Too fast for condition.
question, direct answer. Too fast. Question number 16. A car suddenly cuts in front of you, creating a hazard.
Hazardous situation.
Which of these action should you not take? Again, kind of inverted question. You need to pick up the wrong action which is not recommended to do in that kind of hazardous situation, and this option will be the right answer. So what should you not take in the situation when some car suddenly cuts in front of you? And definitely you should not do you should not stay close behind the car. You might honk them probably, but what you should not do, you should not stay close behind the car. It's always recommended to change lane or slow down. So these two, the signal, change lane, slow down, those are recommended actions in the emergency situation. But what you should not do, you should not stay close behind the car. Question number 17. What should you do? Now, what should you do when you see a hazard in a roadway ahead of you? And when you see a hazard, again, that's natural. That's natural. What you need to do, you need to, probably slow down, but that's not important thing, because it's not only about your safety, but about safety of other participants of the traffic, right? So what you need to do, you should use your four-way flashers or brake lights when you slow down to warn other people. Okay, so when you see a hazard in front of you, you naturally slow down, you press your brake, and that's how you warn others, and you also use your four-way flashers. Okay, to warn. That's a good word in this particular case. All four-way flashers. Question number 18. If your brakes fail on a downgrade, that's very sad situation. What you must do first? So again, you drive downgrade and you realize your brakes are not working anymore. They fail. What you need to do? You need to look for an escape ramp.
Yes. Driving in the mountain,
ramp.
you should know your
And
location
also,
of escape ramps.
You probably remember there was a question also before like driving in the mountain, you need to know the location of the escape ramps along your way. And now it's a good thing.
Now it saves your life.
Yeah. So if your brakes fail in the downgrade, boom, find an escape ramp. Question number 19. You should always turn on your emergency four-way flashers when you can use them all the time, but what is the recommended time when you need to turn them on? Always turn on your emergency four-way flashers when you park on the side.
When you park on the side.
When you park, the first thing you need to do is to well, that's not the only thing. You also, when you park, you need to put your parking brakes on. Okay, you need to, well, put the transmission in the neutral position, but you always need to turn on your emergency four-way flashers when you park on the side of the road. Anytime you park, boom, first thing you need to do, turn the emergency flashers on. Question number 20. Should brake adjustment be checked often? Alright, definitely yes, but that's not as simple, because plus to that, you're also given the choice, because the brakes can get out of adjustment when they used a lot. But you might not even read the whole option, the whole statement, because naturally, should brake adjustment be checked often? Yes, definitely yes. It's again matter of safety. You need to make sure your brakes are in good condition and they, well, will not fail on a downgrade or in any other place on the road, right? Yes, should. They should be checked often. Question number 21. Which of this is true about mirror adjusting? Mirror. How you supposed to use your mirrors?
Before starting the trip.
Again, when you read through the, well, given options, when you bump on this word before, that's, well, first sign for you and most important sign for you that's probably the right, correct option, because anything should be done before. You remember, fire extinguisher should be checked before, brake adjustment should be checked before, and definitely mirror also. You should adjust your mirrors before starting the trip. Good. Question number 22. Another, well, memorizing question. When you are driving on a snow-packed road, you should reduce your speed by
1/3 or 1/2?
1/2.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, that's probably 1/2. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Snow-packed 1/2.
1/2.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Yes.
1/2. Yeah. 1/3. That's just when during the rain. But on a snow-packed road, 1/2. Bridge formula. Interesting question. Bridge formula. It's not about the bridge across the like river. It's about the bridge, the distance between your tires. And you know, yeah, between your axles. And you know, the axles, well, they may be moved a little bit. And when you put them close together, it permits less maximum axle weight. When you put them far apart, it permits more maximum axle weight. So in this particular case, when you see bridge formula, just remember, close together, less maximum weight, close together. All right, less, close together. When you put them close together, when you move your axle toward to each other, it permits less maximum weight. Close together. Question number 24. Which of this is true about hours of service? And again, you need to read all, well, 3 given options. But important thing to remember, and again, this is about safety, you have to make you should allow enough hours to rest.
Enough hours to rest.
And again, we strongly recommend you guys, you need to read through all, like 3 of them, because sometimes there are good like words distributed through the wrong options. So for example, make a break, that's a good thing, but then you said after every 2 hours. That's not good. You need to make a break whenever you become sleepy. And that's why, in order not to get sleepy, you should allow enough hours to rest.
Enough hours.
And that's why this question is correct. Okay? Very good.
No,
Okay. Question number 25. Which of these is true about the use of drugs while driving? Drugs while driving. What is true? And definitely the general rule, you are not allowed to take any medications, but if you need, prescription drugs are allowed if a doctor says.
if a doctor says.
They will not affect the driving ability. Only in this case, if you're diabetic, if you have any serious disease which requires you to take medication, you need the doctor assurance they will not affect your ability. Doctor, help me please. All right, doctor. So when you see drugs while driving, general rule, you are not allowed to take any drugs, but if you have to, only by doctor's prescription. Okay? If they not affect your ability to drive. Doctor, that's a
Keyword, doctor.
Question number 26. Which of these is true about proper use of a steering wheel?
Of steering wheel.
How should you hold the steering wheel? What is the proper way to hold the steering wheel? And you need to remember that if you do not hold the wheel with both hands,
With both hands.
it could pull away from you. Again,
Could pull away from you.
both hands. That's a clue. Because if you don't do it, it could pull away from you.
from
And
you.
what? You lose control. You lose control, over your vehicle. Okay, let's see. Yep, it could pull away. Question number 27. When helper needs to be used to back your vehicle? When helper needs to be used? Whenever.
Whenever.
Again, good word which works for to help you.
Keyword.
Whenever you see the word whenever, that's an indication of the correct answer, right? So when you need a helper, whenever you have to back. Well, of course, if helper is available. Okay, good. Question number 28. To avoid an accident, you move to the shoulder. Now, in order to return to the road, how should you return to the road? And here the correct answer is B. Using mirrors and turn signals, turn sharply to get back to the road. Actually, in most of the cases, this word would be indication of the wrong choice. But here, in this particular case, only in this particular case, it's true. Because in order to, if you do it like smoothly, not sharply, you can leave one set of the wheel on the shoulder and another one on the road. And it gives you, unstable situation when you could go to the skid and again lose control of your vehicle. That's why the only situation when you need to steer sharply, this is this one. When you move to the shoulder, now you need to return to the road. The situation is like that. You are not able to stay on the road. You have to get back. So in this particular case, using mirrors, definitely, and turn signals, so safety measure, but turn sharply to get back to the road. Sharply. Not even when the road is clear, but sharply. Question number 29. Which of these would not help you if windshield covered with ice? Which will not help you? Well, definitely brush wouldn't be powerful enough tool to get rid
Remove
of the
ice.
ice. Because when it's covered with ice, you need scraper, you need defroster, you need anything else more powerful than brush. So the right answer is brush.
Brush.
Question number 30. Heavy vehicles often move slower than others. Which of this is not a good rule? Again, inverted question. Not a good rule to follow while driving a heavy vehicle. In other words, which action would be incorrect, wrong in in the situation? And correct answer is C. Signal other drivers when it is safe to pass you would be not a good rule, and it would be definitely a right answer.
You're not allowed.
Yeah, it's not your job to direct traffic.
You're not police.
Yeah, you need to take care of your own business, to control your vehicle, but not to regulate the traffic, to, signal other drivers when it is safe. Signal other drivers. That's not your job. Question number 31. Why tourists may be a hazard? Well, obviously, tourists, they are unfamiliar with the roads most of the time. So they could move slowly, they unexpectedly could change lanes or even stop and block traffic. That's why tourists may be a hazard. And, the correct answer is B. They may move slowly, unexpectedly change lanes, or stop. That's why they are hazard. Okay, good. Question number 32. What keeps an engine cool in a hot weather driving?
In a hot weather driving.
Oil level.
Enough
engine oil level. That's
Enough
most important
engine
thing
oil
for you.
level.
That's most important thing. That's why you need all the time to check engine oil level every time you do pre-trip inspection. So mostly every day. Okay, because it keeps an engine cool in a hot weather driving. Oil level. Enough engine oil level. Question number 33. Cargo inspection. Something about cargo inspection. What is problem? Well,
when it should be done.
Yeah. The correct answer is B. Sometimes, short questions requires you to read through all the options, and sometimes the right option is not obvious, so you need to read all of them. And in this particular case, the correct answer is B. Cargo inspection should be performed after every break you take.
After every break you take.
Every break you take, do inspection again. All right. It could be 15 minutes. It could be like 2 hours apart. But every break you take, do cargo inspection again. Okay. Very good. Every break you take. Question number 34. A vehicle is loaded with very little weight on the drive axle.
The drive axle.
What may happen? Very little weight on drive axle. Not much weight. So the drive axle are not pressed to the road surface, right? And if they are not pressed to drive tires, wheels, it's result
Poor traction.
in poor traction.
Poor traction.
Okay, and again,
Our keyword.
You can lose control. Poor traction. Question number 35. If your vehicle catches fire while you're driving, what should you do if you drive and boom, vehicle catches fire? Definitely what you need to do is safety first. So you need park in an open area.
Park in an open area.
Never park close to the building, never park in the residential area. Well, of course, if you can. So ideally, if your vehicle catches fire, park in an open area.
Don't be danger for others.
To protect other, traffic participants. Okay, open area. 36. Turn signal should be used. Well, that should be easy for you. You already know. 100 feet. 100 feet before
100 feet before.
Not 150, not 200. 100 feet before. Well, all three choices give you before. That's why you need to pay attention to, well, within how many feet. 100 feet before. 100 feet before at least. Before turning or changing lane. Alright? 100. Very good. Question number 37. Containerized loads. Something about the containerized loads. The load which are transported into the containers. Okay? When you see the word container, alright, you need to remember, they could be moved from one vehicle to another. So, rail or ship. So, the containers are generally used when freight is carried part way by rail or ship.
Or by ship.
Container, rail or ship.
Aqueduct.
Да. Question number 38. When driving a commercial vehicle with a height over 13 feet.
Over 13 feet.
High. Unusually high. Because most of the commercial vehicles are not that high. So what you need to do, you should always stop and make sure that clearance is high enough. So you could drive under.
Safely.
And not to get stuck into the under the bridge
and get ticket
into the tunnel. Okay, so height over 13 feet. Make sure clearance is high enough. Stop and make sure. Question number 39. When should you test your parking brake? When
should you test your parking brake?
And definitely parking brake, that's something which is used to park your vehicle when it does not move, right? That's why parking brake should be tested while the vehicle is parked.
While vehicle is parked.
Parking brake when it's parked. When the vehicle is parked. Not moving, not backing. Parking for parking. Parking for parking. Parking. Good. Question number 40. When going down a long, steep downgrade, you should always do what? You should always brake when you exceed safe speed by 5 miles per hour.
Okay, we make mistake, no problem. I come back.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Let's see if we make mistake or it's right.
Yeah, we made a mistake. Correct answer in this case is A. When you going down a long, steep downgrade, you should not wait until you, exceed safe speed. You see, guys, that's a good trick. When you see safe speed, you might think this is right answer, 5 miles per hour. No, right answer is you should use braking effect. That's one of the cause of the why we do mistakes during the test. You see safe speed. That's probably right answer. No. Downgrade, braking effect of the engine. You should not wait when you exceed the safe speed. You should do it before you get safe speed. Okay, good. Question number 41. Controlled braking is, what is controlled braking? Squeezing the brakes firmly. Firmly, that's a good word.
But without locking them up.
Do not let them lock up, alright? Without locking them up. Because again, if you brake too sharp, and lock the brakes, then your vehicle can go into the skid. That's why you should squeeze the brakes firmly, but without locking. Okay? Firmly. Question number 42. Which of this is not a brake check you normally do during your walk around inspection? What you do not normally do? And definitely this is brake adjustment.
Brake adjustment.
You should check condition of hoses, you should check hydraulic brake leaks, but you don't do brake adjustment every time you do walk around inspection. Okay, so when you ask it what is not a brake check you normally do, that's a brake adjustment.
Brake adjustment.
Question number 43. One can recognize hazardous materials by looking on the container on what?
Labels.
Labels.
Labels. What shape they have?
Yeah, it's for diamond.
Diamond
Shaped 4 inches, right? Okay, container, you should look at the container labels, and that's what they are for, all right, labels. Question number 44. Which of these 3 is not a type of retarders? Let me remind you guys, retarder, that's special device integrally installed into the engine, which helps you to slow the vehicle. Okay, robotic is not a type of retarder. You have an electric retarder, you have a hydraulic retarder. Robotic is not a type of the retarder.
Definitely.
Question number 45. Trucks and buses are subject of certain law regulations and inspections.
Yeah.
Which of this is true?
Subject of law regulation and inspection.
You need to read all of them because there are good words everywhere. Law, federal regulation, so you need to read all of them, and the correct answer is this one. Laws and restrictions can vary from place to place.
From place to place.
From place to place. In different states could be different laws and restrictions, and you need to be aware of that. This is your job as a driver. From place to place. Okay? Can vary. Question number 46. When approaching a bridge on a 2-lane road.
A 2-lane road.
Only 2-lane, that's what how you need to understand it. 2-lane road. You should, what should you do? Check the weight limit.
Weight limit.
Because again, you are a commercial driver. You carry a load. It might be heavy, and that's why you need to check the weight limit. Would it be safe for you to go there if some other wild driver already on the bridge? Okay, when approaching a bridge, check the weight limit. Question number 47. Well, simple question. Which statement is true? Again, you need to read all of them, but there is, again, hint for you, helpful hint. Midnight and 6 a.m. When you see midnight and 6 a.m.
Most dangerous time.
Yeah, most dangerous time. Many heavy vehicles accidents occur exactly between midnight and
6 a.m.
Okay. Question number 48. A space to, well, blank.
What part
your
of your
vehicle
vehicle
is most important to manage? Well, definitely, guys, you need to manage and to look well, take care of space around your vehicle. But which is most important? And this is definitely front.
Front most important.
Most of the time you drive, well, to the front, not to the back, not to the side. So that's why you need to, most important space to manage is to the front of your vehicle. Question number 49. Your brake can get wet when you're driving through the heavy rain. Oh, definitely. What can happen if the brakes are applied at this moment? What can happen?
Dangerous situation.
Dangerous situation. If you apply the brake when they are wet, that could give you, makes trailer jackknife.
Trailer jackknife.
Not hydroplaning, not brake wear, extensive brake wear. If you hit the brake when they are wet, what could happen? Trailer jackknife could happen. So the correct answer is trailer jackknife. When the trailer tires lose control, lose traction with the road surface. Question number 50. Which of the statements about an inspection of the suspension component is true? Suspension component. Again, you need to read through all of the options. You should be very careful. And the correct answer is B. Axles mounts should be checked at each point they are secured.
They are secured
On the vehicle frame and axles. Each point should be checked. Each point where the mounts are secured, that's where the, this statement is correct. Okay, again, read carefully all of them, find this combination of words, each point they are secured, and that would be the indication, secured, of the correct answer. Secured, good word.
Keyword.
Question number 51. You're checking your brakes and suspension system for a pre-trip inspection. Now you ask it what statement is true.
About pre-trip inspection.
About suspension system and brakes during the pre-trip inspection. Again, you need to read all given option, and the correct answer is C. It's not obvious. You need to read, well, carefully. But the correct answer is C. Brake shoes should not have oil. They should not have oil. They should be clean, because if they have oil, grease, or brake fluid, they wouldn't be able to. Well, you wouldn't be able to use them properly, and brake can fail. Okay, they should not have brake fluid. Question number 52. You do not have a hazardous material endorsement in your commercial driver license, but you can drive a vehicle hauling hazardous materials. When you can drive such a vehicle? When the vehicle does not require placards. The vehicle does not. There are special types of hazardous material cargo which does not require you to put placards on the vehicle. In this case, you as a regular driver, commercial driver, without those endorsement, you can operate this vehicle. Okay, does not require placards. Such a vehicle can be operated without hazardous materials endorsement. All right, good. Number 53. If you have convicted of driving commercial vehicle under influence of alcohol or drug, you will lose your CDL for what period of time? 1 year. Automatically, if you're convicted, you lose your license, your CDL license, for 1 year. Okay? That's not easy. That's the same
Don't drink and drive.
1 year. Question number 54. Which of this is true about hazardous materials? Easy stuff. All hazardous materials present health and safety danger.
Health and safety danger.
Any kind of hazardous material is a danger. Safety and health. Health and safety danger. All of them. Okay? Very good. Question number 55. You will be placed out of service for 24 hours if your blood alcohol concentration is at least how much? That's also easy stuff, guys. Any detectable amount.
Any detectable amount.
Even though you are considered legally intoxicated, if your blood alcohol level is 0.4 as a commercial driver. But if you are found to have any detectable amount of alcohol, you will be put out of service for 24 hours at least. Okay? For any detectable amount of alcohol. Again, don't drink and drive. Question number 56. What does emergency braking mean?
Emergency braking mean?
Responding to a hazard. Definitely, responding to a hazard. We already discussed this situation. Emergency braking. That's something what you do, not your vehicle does. Responding to a hazard by slowing the vehicle. That's what emergency braking is. It doesn't mean use of emergency brakes or, anyhow, any other type of, braking. It's responding to a hazard by slowing the vehicle. Question number 57. You should try to park so that you can pull forward when you leave.
When you leave truck stop.
Again, if you can, please try to park so that you can pull forward when you leave. And it's again safety requirement. If you can go forward, better do it than back your vehicle, right? So when you park in a truck stop or in any other place, please remember, try to park so that you can pull forward when you leave next time, okay? Not under the tree, not next to other vehicle, that's not important. So you can pull forward. Question number 58. Which of the statement is true about using engine brake? You remember, guys, engine brake is a type of retarder. That's a special mechanical device which helps you to slow the vehicle, to reduce brake wear. So, engine brake, when you drive downgrade, is considered the main way to slow the vehicle. The use of brakes on a downgrade add to the braking effect of the engine. Please remember, engine brake is very helpful on a downgrade. On a downgrade, the use of brakes, brake pads, brake pedal add to the braking effect of the engine. That's very important. Engine brake is used mostly on a downgrade. Okay? Very good. 59. After starting the engine. Again, 3 options. Please read through them, carefully. But the right answer is this one. Oil pressure.
Oil pressure should be read to normal.
Should be read right to normal.
Right to normal.
Within 5-10 seconds, it should be read right to normal. If it's not, something wrong with the oil pressure, and you must probably have to fix it first, because coolant temperature takes some time to be read to normal, but oil pressure should be read right to normal, right now. Right after starting the engine. Oil pressure. Question number 60. Whenever you double your speed, your vehicle has about how many times of destructive power if it crashes? 4. You remember? 2 times 2 gives you 4. When you double, it 4. The total stopping distance increases by 4 times, so as destructive power. Okay, double your speed, 4. 2 times 2, 4. Question number 61. If you do not have a CB radio, what is the procedure you should do on the accident scene? You do not have a CB radio. No. What
Protect the area.
Protect the area. That's what you need to do first. Again, pay attention to this. Do not have a CB radio. What you need to do? Protect the area. Question number 62. If you have a heavy load that's slowing you down on an upgrade, you should. What should you do? Definitely lower gear.
Lower gear.
Shifting to the lower gear. Question number 63. You should signal continuously while turning. Because of what? Again,
Safely.
Good word. You need both hands on the wheel. You don't have time to turn your signals on and off. You need to both hands on the wheel to turn safely.
Safely.
And that's one of the reasons why you should signal continuously while turning. Alright? Both hands on the wheel to turn safely. Good. Question number 64. Which of these should be tested on the vehicle to stop?
To stop. Service brake, of course.
Definitely service brake. That's what you use to stop your vehicle while moving, right? Service brake. Question number 65. Which of these about alcohol is not true?
Not true.
You need to read through all of them, all of the choices, to locate the right answer. And if alcohol goes directly from the stomach to the bloodstream, yes, it does. If blood alcohol concentration determined by how fast you drink, how much you drink, yes. So the wrong statement about alcohol, not true statement about alcohol is B. Drinker can control how fast his body absorbs alcohol.
Absorbs.
No, drinker cannot control, alright? How fast his body absorbs alcohol. This word.
Good word. Absorbs.
Okay, not true. Absorbs. Question number 66. Overweight, oversized loads
Requires special permit.
Definitely. When you are asked about the overweight or oversized loads, you need to know, to remember, those loads require special permits. And by the way, this is your job as a driver to know that and to obtain such a special permit. Alright? Good. Question number 67. Which of the statements about braking is true? Well, easy stuff as usually. The longest answer is, well, in 90% of the cases it's usually correct. The heavy vehicle is, or the faster it is moving, the more heat the brakes have to absorb to stop it. Again, good word, absorb.
Absorb.
That's a true statement about the brakes. Absorb.
Absorb.
Question number 68. Which of these pieces of emergency equipment should always be carried in your vehicle? Always be carried in your vehicle. Which one piece of emergency equipment? Definitely warning device.
Warning device.
You can live without tire repair kit. You might not have first aid kit, but warning device. Devices, actually, three of them, three
triangles
should always be
three
carried.
reflective triangles.
Warning devices. Good. Question number 69. In a mountain driving, you should go slow for safety. Which of these is most important? Well, definitely, what is most important is weight of the vehicle.
Weight of the vehicle.
That's why you have to go slow, because the heavier the vehicle is, the more brakes pad have to absorb, right? You should go slow, and the weight of the vehicle is most important factor in this case. Weight of the vehicle. Question number 70. You must keep the papers about hauling hazardous materials wary. And it should be in the pouch.
In the pouch
of the driver door. That's one of the place where you should keep papers about hauling hazardous materials. In the pouch of the driver door. Not under the seat, not in the glove compartment, not anywhere else. In the pouch of the driver door. In case something happened to you, God forbid. At least, well, a rescue, yeah, they should know where those documents, those papers are. All right, in the pouch of the driver's door. Question number 71. Which of the statements is true about rear drive wheels braking skid? Pay attention. It's a skid, specific particular type of skid. Rear drive wheels braking skid. So we're talking about the drive wheels of your tractor and the skid which happen when you brake. Okay? So when you brake and the vehicle goes to skid. So what is true in this particular situation? That's the correct answer. On a vehicle with a trailer, the trailer can push the towing vehicle sideways.
Sideways.
Because rear drive wheels braking skid means your drive wheels lose traction. And that's why they lose traction with the road surface. That's why trailer, it still goes, and the trailer can push you, the towing vehicle, sideways.
Sideways.
Okay? Very good. 72. The best drivers are who watch and prepare for hazard. This is called the, what kind of driving?
Defensive.
Defensive driving.
Defensive driving.
That's how you supposed to drive. To be defensive. Not offensive, not objective, not anything else. That's called defensive driving. Watching and preparing for hazard. Alright? Good. Question number 73. Which of this is true about commercial vehicle habit of swinging wide on turns? Okay, very sophisticated question, but actually you just need to remember it's called off-tracking.
Off-tracking.
So swinging wide, your commercial vehicle is long, right? It swings wide on turns, and the other term which is used to identify that kind of phenomenon is off-tracking. Off-tracking. That's what is in the textbook. Okay, swinging wide means the same, off-tracking. 74. You may hang up on a railroad tracks if or when if the tracks have a steep approach.
This is a danger.
That's when you are at risk to hang up on a railroad tracks if they have steep approach.
Steep approach.
Question number 75. Which of this is true about radiator shutters and the winter front during the winter driving? Radiator shutters and winter front at the winter time. Okay? And definitely, again, safety first. Ice should be removed from the radiator shutter.
From the radiator shutter.
So don't rely on something else. Please remove the ice properly and timely. Okay, ice should be removed from the radiator shutter. And the other clue for you: radiator shutters here, radiator shutters in the answer choice. Question number 76. What kind of optional equipment, except tire wrench, could be in your vehicle? Optional equipment, so you might have it or you might not, but it better be there. And it's a battery charger, because other two options, those are
mandatory
equipment you have to have. Charged, fully charged fire extinguisher and warning devices always should be there. Battery charger is an optional equipment. Okay, very good. Question number 77. Which of these do not provide extra gears on some trucks? No extra gears. And definitely the right answer is automatic transmission.
Automatic transmission.
Automatic transmission, as simple as that. That's the only type of transmission which does not provide you with extra gears. That's why most of the modern trucks always have semi-automatic. okay, to provide you with that benefit, having extra gears. Okay, automatic transmission does not provide you with extra gears. Question number 78. Which of this is true about tire pressure? Well, that's easy. Air pressure in tires increases with the temperature.
Increases
Please
with the
remember,
temperature.
when it's hot outside, you need to be extra careful and remember about checking tire pressure and actually tire temperature, because it increases, tire pressure increases with the temperature. Temperature goes up, tire pressure goes up. Question number 79. What should you do if you are unsure whether you have enough overhead clearance? You are not sure if you have enough overhead clearance. What you need to do? Well, again, safety first. Find another route. That would be the best choice.
Find another route.
That will not require you of driving under the object. Well, in real life it might be, different situation, but for the sake of the test, please remember, if you are unsure, find another route that will not require driving under the object. Okay? Question number 80. What should you do when your vehicle hydroplanes? And let me remind you, hydroplanes, that's when you accelerate too much, and when accelerating too much, your vehicle loses contact with the road surface. That's why you need to release accelerator. So please remember, hydroplaning, that's excessive acceleration on a wet road usually. So what should you do when your vehicle hydroplanes? Just release accelerator. Don't start braking, definitely don't accelerate. Okay? Very good. Question number 81. Which of this is true about tires and hot weather? And actually the right answer is A. You should check pressure before driving.
Before driving.
It's not even about hot weather. You always do it before. Okay? So even though you are asked about tires and hot weather, well, don't get tricked, please. Read through all of them and choose the correct one. You should check pressure before driving, and it applies to, all situations, not only to the hot weather. Before driving. Question number 82. You drive through the heavy rain or snow. You can hardly see what is going on outside. You can let the other drivers know about you by turning on the lower beam
headlights.
Even though it's heavy rain or snow, but still you need to use lower beam headlights. Don't honk your horn, don't turn definitely cab lights, just turn on a lower beam headlights, and that would be the correct answer. Okay, we completed this test number 3. We don't have any questions to repeat, we didn't make any mistake, so you can return to main menu now and return to the previous discs
And continue to study.
Continue to study until you
Make 0 mistakes.
Okay. Good luck. Thank you so much.